Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of the Fishing Teacher. And man, I really appreciate you guys sharing a little bit of your time with me today. Just sort of kick back in the chair today, and I wanted to have a conversation with you guys about just a wide-ranging conversation about what you can do to become a better angler. I got thinking about this, and there's some things that I have been through and done over the years that has really helped me out. So I just sort of want to share what that is, and maybe it's going to help you guys as well. I think it's going to, so hopefully it does anyway. Anyway, guys, before we get started here, I just wanted to give everybody out there on the Fishing Teacher a big thank you for all you guys that have been bookmarking and using my Tackle Warehouse link. Everybody that's been doing that to purchase their tackle, big thank you for me and my family. You guys are really helping the channel out. So I just wanted to extend you a deep round of gratitude if you're doing that. Also, guys, I'll put that link in the description. I put it in the description every video, so much appreciated. Okay, guys, here on the Fishing Teacher, if you followed it, we are sort of low tech here. I don't mean low tech. I just mean we're not forward-facing sonar tech. So I don't cover anything on this channel that's going to help you become a better forward-facing, angler out there. But if you're just a traditional bass angler, which is the most fun and rewarding way to fish, this is going to really help you out big time. So I sort of just wanted to take a little bit of time, and I want to identify some things that are really important and some things that are really going to help you out as far as your road to becoming a better angler, where you can go out and you can consistently catch fish every time you go out. Now, nobody's going to catch them every time they go out, but the better you get and the more you understand about how to apply techniques and all that type of stuff, you're going to have a lot more consistency on your fishing, because you're going to be able to make adjustments on the water and turn a day that's maybe 5 years ago you hadn't caught a fish all day long, but now with this information you'll be able to turn a day where you haven't caught anything at noon, where you wind up catching 10 or 12 fish from noon to 4 o'clock. So that's the goal here. So first of all, some of this stuff is going to seem pretty basic, but it's none of it's basic, because it all is tied in together and it all is very important. So I sort of want to go through a list of some, like the evolutionary process that you need to go through in order to grow as an angler. Now, the first thing you have to do, guys, and the easiest thing to do, and you can't ever discount how important this is you've got to learn to be a good caster. I know that seems bass fishing 101, kindergarten level stuff, but it's not. It's like I cannot overestimate how important it is to be good at casting. I don't mean just being able to throw a cast out there by a stump. I'm talking about you need to be good. You need to learn how to pitch and flip good. You need to learn how to skip good. You need to learn how to cast with one hand, with two hands, with your right and your left arm both. You need to know how to skip a spinning rod, a bait cast rod. Every cast that you can possibly use in bass fishing, you need to master that, and it's worth your time to practice that. It really is, because I do those on the water trips, you guys, and I can take somebody out there that knows quite a bit about bass fishing, and let's say, for example, we're fishing targets that you have to get right next to, like close to a dock or close to a lay down tree or something, and even if the fish are biting, some of these guys that I've taken out can't catch any fish because they simply can't put the bait where it needs to be. And on the other hand, I've been fishing with guys out there that are great casters, but they don't know hardly anything about bass fishing, and they catch a lot of fish when we go out, because if I tell them, okay, you need to put that jig 3 inches away from that piling on that dock, and they can do it, and they catch fish. So never underestimate the importance of being a good caster. Practice your casting. Practice it on the lake, practice it in your yard, whatever. It's going to be a big deal. Do not underestimate that. The next thing with it is you have got to learn to have the discipline to focus and try to find out and learn about bass movement and bass seasonal patterns and sort of their mood and personality. Now, out of all the YouTube videos, guys, I do a lot of different we talk about a lot of different stuff on all three of my channels. And if I do a video on like seasonal patterns of bass or bass movements and how bass move and all that type of stuff, very few people watch it. It's like it's the most least popular video I do, yet it's the most important thing. It's like the next stage that you have to go through once you become a good caster is you've got to understand seasonal patterns and movements of bass. And there's a lot of information to do this. YouTube is full of that type of stuff. But what you need to understand is you need to understand the process that bass go throughout the year. You know, you've got the pre-spawn phase, you've got the spawn, you've got the post-spawn, you've got early summer, you've got summer patterns, you got late summer, you got early fall, you got mid-fall, you got late fall, you got winter time. And every one of those time frames, the bass do something different based upon a lot of different conditions, you know, water temperatures, water clarity, water level. And the reason why it's super, super important for you guys to understand and have at least a basic knowledge of fish movement and behavior is it gives you a starting point. It's like, if I say, okay, here we're going to go out, it's May the 15th. Here's your water level, here's your water clarity, here's the cover you have in the lake. If you know that stuff, if you understand bass movement and bass personality and seasonal movements, you got a pretty good idea to where to start at. You know, instead of just being like, I don't have any idea where to go to catch a bass here, if you understand that, then you can narrow the lake down. That's a big aspect as far as, you know, finding bass quickly and finding bass consistently. You're never going to find bass consistently traditional bass fishing unless you understand seasonal movements and patterns of fish. So I've done a lot of different videos, guys. I have a playlist on my Intuitive Angling channel about, you know, bass movement behavior. I'd highly recommend you guys checking some of those videos out or other YouTube videos guys put out on it. Okay, the next one you have to really focus in is you've got to understand the baits that the fish want in relationship to the variables that determine what those baits are. Because the color of bait that you use and the type of bait that you use, whether it be like a moving bait, whether it's a slow bait, whether it's a crankbait, jerkbait, spinnerbait, there's hundreds of different type of lures out there. But once you understand the seasonal moods and movement and behavior of the fish, then you can adapt the lures to that a little bit better. And by understanding like lure profiles and the wobbles that maybe a crankbait has, or the colors, translucent colors, flat colors, you know, metallic finish colors, once you understand everything there is to know about lures as far as, you know, what the fish react to under certain conditions, that again narrows it down even more. Because let's say, for example, we're out, say we're going fishing and it's a June morning and perfect topwater time out there. Now for topwaters, you know, you've got a lot of different type of topwater. You got walking baits, you got poppers, you got chuggers, you got whopper ploppers, you got buzz baits, you got wake baits, you got prop baits, just a big list of topwaters. But if you look at the conditions, let's say you look out there and you look at the water clarity, you look at the type of bass that are in the lake, the species, you look at the type of cover, and if you know that, that gives you an understanding of what type of topwater to look for. Let's say, for example, you and I go fishing out there and we're going out here at Table Rock Lake and it's a nice June morning. We get out there, you know, a little bit after daylight and the water's clear. Say the water visibility is 5 or 6 foot clarity. I know from experience right off the bat that that's a really good time for a walking topwater. Bass like to hit a walking topwater in clear water under low light conditions. It wouldn't be that great of a choice for like a prop bait. But if you and I went fishing down at Lake Okeechobee and we get out there on a grass flat where you've got some scattered grass and 3 foot of water and we get out there a little bit after daylight, that walking topwater is not going to be that good, but that prop bait's going to really be good. So understanding the type of lure category to use within the conditions that you have is another big thing. And again, the great thing about 2024 is the access to information is so easy for everybody, guys. Everything that I'm telling you right now, back when I was, you know, started fishing, you know, 50 years ago, there wasn't any information. It's like the only information you could gather was to fish with somebody that knew a little bit about fishing or read a magazine or something like that, which didn't have much information in it. But you've got information at your fingertips, you know, above and beyond anything else. And finally, guys, the last little tip I'll leave you, and there's hundreds of more tips I could give you on this, but the last thing is you've got to maintain your confidence, because confidence is everything in bass fishing. It has people don't realize how confidence affects your success. And it's sort of one of those mysterious things in fishing, but it's true. I've seen it over and over. But one of the things that will help you with your confidence is just realize that the bass are always biting. There's not such a thing as a bass, well, they're just not biting today. The fish are just, they're turned off today. Fish are always biting. You just have to be at the right place with the right lure at the right time. So knowing that keeps your confidence up. It's just a matter of experimentation and changing areas, changing lures until you hit upon the right combination there. So anyway, guys, that's just a few, things off the top of my head without having this be a big old long video, and just utilize some of that stuff. And I really think it's going to help you guys have a lot more consistency on the water. So we'll talk later. See you.